Look at that. Now you got all kind of storage for your ink pads. Look at that. All made out of foam. The only reason that I'm doing this video is because you asked, can I use this cork? No, cork. Styrofoam. This one's 30 inches by 20 inches. You gotta use these stamp pads to stamp. You need to store them somehow so you can see what you got. You're not digging, trying to find it, wasting all that time. Eugene Segovia here with Easy Stud Rack. I know it's been a while. Ooh, I think I've gained a few pounds since then. If you look at this one video here, you'll see where I created a storage system for your ink pads. I've had a lot of people asking.
Have you ever thought about building them out of foam board?
I probably got that questioned 1,000 times. Probably maybe 30 or 40 anyway. So I've been wanting to do this video and I finally decided to do it. I am now making Easy Stud Rack in the US. I'm making Easy Stud Rack in the US in white and gray now. So it's got a few improvements on it. I'm going to show you on this gray one. It's got a little notch there. Hold on, let's see. You can see that. Yeah, right there. So if you want to center it on a 2x6, 2x10 or anything like that, it'll center. And it's got this little reinforcement rib on the back. The old China ones used to bowl like this, and now it's got this little support rib. That's the difference, making it in the US, better quality. When you order your Easy Stud Rack, you get 2, 4, 6, 8 Easy Stud Racks. Each Easy Stud Rack is 12 and 11/16 inches long. In case you're wondering, 12 and 11/16 inches long by 3.5 inches. That's the size of a 2x4, which is actually 1.5 by 3.5. I'm also shipping, instead of, if you look at that video, you're going to see that it used to ship with 1-inch screws. Made in USA is going to ship with 3/4 inch long screws, number 6 by 3/4 wood screws. That way, when you are attaching it to a, say, 1x4 or 1x6, whatever 3/4 inch thick piece of wood, it won't poke through on the other side. A lot of questions came in asking,
hey, does it fit this one? Hey, does it fit this one?
how can I test to see if the Easy Stud Rack, I can slide my, these aren't adjustable. These are fixed. This is what it is. This is what you get. And will it fit your stamp? Now let's get to the little test, whether your ink pads are going to work or not. So what I did is I counted out how many pennies will fit in this gap. 15 pennies. If you don't have pennies, then you count out 11 nickels. 11 nickels though, it's a little loose. Now you're probably wondering, why is he going through these 15 pennies and all that? Or if you're rich, you can use quarters. Let's repeat. 12 quarters, 11 nickels, 12 pennies. Now you're wondering, why am I counting money out? Here's why. Check this out. Look, you put this down like this, you get another 15 pennies, and then you get a straight edge. The Easy Stud Rack sits across there like that. Or let's see, what else do I have? I don't have a ruler with me, but I got this, looks like a, when you go to the doctor and they go, yeah, that's what that is. But most people have a ruler. You just put it straight across, and if you can slide the guy underneath, then it's going to work. See that? That'll work in this slot. Slide right underneath. This one here, if you have this brand, you're like, oh, it won't work with it. This one's a little odd. I put my straight edge, can't go through. But if I put an extra penny, that makes 16 pennies. I put the straight edge. It doesn't go all the way through, but it fits a little bit. Now the reason I'm showing you that is because it fits, but it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. So just letting you know, it does work with this one, Hampton Art case, but it doesn't go in all the way. See, this is tapered. Whenever you gotta pop it out of a mold, it's got a slight little taper on each one of these guys. So the further you go in, the tighter it gets. So if you do 16 pennies with the straight edge, it goes just a little bit, but not all the way. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I got a new order from Etsy. I went over to Hobby Lobby, and for $7.99, depends on when you buy it. It might be more, it might be less. I bought a 20-inch by 30-inch by half-inch thick piece of, I guess this is foam board, I don't know. I'm learning from all this stuff. I don't even know how to cut this, so I just got a utility knife to see if it's gonna work. Instead of using cardboard like the video in the back, I just grabbed this same foam board, 1/8 thick. I'm just going to use this as the back. Ooh, man, it's kind of hard to see with this background. We're going to cut this. I'm just going to use a utility knife. Treat me right. I'm going to rub you, rub you, rub you. Put this guy, my cutting board, underneath. I'm going to use an easy stud rack. I'm going to put it on here like this, and I'm just going to line up the edge. This one is on the longest side. I'm going to mark this and lay it out so you can see how I want to cut this and why. I'm lining it up to this edge, and I'm lining it up to this edge, and I'm just going to mark it. Look at that, just like that. This is on the 30-inch side, so mark it like this and just go again. I lined it up to the edge, and I just kept going. You can't tell in the video, but I'm just pushing up against the edge here. Each stud rack is 12 and 11/16, but I also want to take advantage of that top piece, that one in the bottom. So we're going to cut this at 13 and 11/16. I'm learning this stuff. I don't know how to cut it. You're the expert. You do this all the time. You know how to cut foam, fabric, stamps, whatever you're doing. I'm just learning. I'm just gonna try to cut this, and hopefully I cut it straight. How about this guy? It's got this little guy right here, so it's 90. I'm gonna run through and cut it. Well, I managed to cut it. I got me a piece, 3.5 inches, and I used easy stud rack, like a straight edge, when I marked it. I'm gonna cut 2 pieces out of it. Remember, this is the 30-inch long side of what I found at Hobby Lobby. Did I go pick this one out? No, I just went there and I said, oh, I'll take this and I'll take that, and here we go. This is 30 inches long. If you take 13 and 11/16, 13 is 26, 11/16, it comes out to some number. Anyway, it's less than 30. I can't do that kind of math. And I'm gonna cut it 13 11/16, and I'm gonna go from the opposite end, because in case I cut it crooked, and I'm gonna do the same thing, 13 11/16. We cut 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Keep 2 of them regular length, well, the 30-inch long. Put those aside. We're going to cut these at 13 and 11/16. And each one of these marks are 1/16 of an inch. So, but if you notice, you got a little bit bigger mark right here. That's 1/8. So all those at the same height, those are 1/8. Then you get the next bigger mark. That's 1/4. And then finally the bigger mark over here, the biggest is 1/2 inch. So I know that 8/16 is 1/2 an inch. 1/4 inch mark is right here. So you got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. 3/4 right here. So what is 3/4? and 16ths. 3 times 4 is 12. That's 12/16. So one mark before that 3/4 mark. So I'm going to go in here. It doesn't have to be perfect. 13 and 11/16. So I'm looking for that 3/4 mark. 3/4 mark is 4 times 4 is 16. 3 times 4 is 12. That's 12/16. So 3/4 is 12/16. So I got to go 1 mark below at 3/4. Just like that. Have to be perfect? No. Look for the 3/4 and I took a 16th off. I'm going to take this guy. We're just going to use it as a straight edge. Can you make it bigger? Yeah, of course you can. Actually, I'll cut it a little bit longer. I cut it at 13 and 3/4. It's like in the middle, which is okay. Remember, it's okay. You don't have to worry about it. So now I'm going to use this guy as my pattern. There's a reason why I say this. If you use the same one every time, then they'll all be the same length. Here we go. So now this piece and this piece, look at that. Perfect. I guess I better check to make sure I'm cutting it through. Oh yeah, look at that. Dang it, I should have cut it at 13 and 11/16. How many did I cut already? I made a mistake. I cut them 1 inch short. I only have 3 more pieces left. One I'm saving for the top and one I'm saving for the bottom. So I can't cut those. So that means I've got 1 leftover piece that I can cut inch longer. So that's 1. I need 5. I got this one, 1 inch longer, 2, 3. So that means I need 2 more pieces. I'm gonna put this middle guy in the middle, like this. It's just glued anyway. Just the Easy Stud Rack's what's taking all the load. Well, if you consider ink pad a big load. Okay. Put this guy on there. Look, 1/2 inch, 1/2 inch. New pattern. I need 2 more pieces. I'm going to do this. I'm going to line up the new pattern like that and then cut. Before I do that, I need to mark this to make sure this guy belongs to this one. Triangle. That way when you take it apart, you got to match. So when I glue all this together, everything will be fine. Okay, so now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to be clear on this. From this point on, it's going to vary. You might have this size, you might have this size, you might have all these other different variations that are available. So keep that in mind, that we kept the 2 long pieces. These are 30-inch long by 3.5 inch wide. And these are going to be cut to size once you figure out what kind of storage you want. Long piece and long piece. We'll take our ruler and I need to mark 1/2 inch. Take Easy Stud Rack and I'm going to glue that guy at that mark. You can use any glue, but I got this. E6000. Doesn't need a lot. I'm just going down the middle. Got a little rib and kind of just along the edge. You can blob it in the middle like this. Probably be easier. I need something heavy to put on here. All right. Does it need this? Probably not. But might as well put it on there. Anyway, we repeat this. You know what? I'm going to put a piece of tape across there. Yeah, I screwed up. My fault, I know. There we go, just like new. This one I'm going to put the glue. Oh, I forgot to mark my 1/2 inch. Dang it. Put the other weight on. Make sure the edges are lined up. Yep. Okay. Just gonna let that sit. And I'm gonna continue the same thing with all the others. This is one package of Easy Stud Racks. Since they're glued, it doesn't really matter which way you put them on there. Peeling off somehow. Huh, might need to glue that. Looks like the foam is peeling off. Well, that's weird. It's only doing it to the ones that I didn't have the weights on overnight. Look at that, peeling that off. So I'm just gonna go in here and just slab on some glue. Put some weight on it and let it sit. Next step, I got this piece of thinner foam that I'm just going to use as a back. Looks like it's got a glue paper back here. Keep in mind that we are going to put this here, and then we're going to put this other one over here like this. This is where wood's easy because you just nail it in and it sticks. So this one here, I'm going to try to, I guess, glue this end. Alright, so I got some glue, hot glue gun. It's just a Gorilla Glue, nothing fancy. Got 2 temperatures. I figure I'm going to need a little bit of, I need low temperature for the foam. And it says here on the package, I'll leave a link to Amazon, 45-second, I guess, time for me to maneuver, put it in and all that. So first I want to start off by gluing this guy here, like this. See what happens. I'm just going across. Hopefully it gives me enough time to put it on here like this. Ooh, man, that works pretty good. Now we'll get an end one like this. Am I worried which way it's facing up? Because if you notice it says Made in USA, whoop! Does it matter which way? No. So I'm just going to do this. Line it up to the edge, glue, like this. Ooh, man, I like that. That works really good. All right, next step is we're gonna do this guy. I checked both sides. One side sits flatter than the other. I'm gonna go ahead and put this down like this. This is gonna be my spacer. Slipping it in and out like that. And what I wanna do is I'm going to take the biggest one that I got out of these. See, this is a little looser, so we'll put that one aside. I want to make sure you use the same one, or the widest one. See this one here, they're about the same width. But if I put this guy, I don't know if you can tell. Here's a lighter color one. It's wider. So I'm going to take the widest one because it looks like it'll work for both. I'd rather take the wider one as my spacer. Now, I want to point out, use whatever ink pads that you have because this is a custom built. Let's just say use this for an example. Look how much wider this guy is. If I wanted to use this width, then I would just move it over before I glue it and stick it in and use it as a spacer. I could grab a pen and kind of mark it too, so I kind of have an idea where it's going to be. Come in slowly, try to find the marks, go in, and it gives me 45 seconds to kind of move around according to the instructions. Loose, loose, I think we're good. Ooh, look at that. Next, rinse and repeat. All right, maybe a hot glue gun maybe is the way to go with everything. Now remember, this is 1 pack of Easy Stud Racks. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, I think, from what I remember, gives you 49 slots. If you do the gap right here, 1/2 inch gap, you're able to slide one right here. So if you've got more than 52, then you can buy additional Easy Stud Rack packets and make it as wide or as tall as you want. Now remember too, if you wanted to make a tall one, we could have used this guy and then put 2 of these. Now we just come in here and we'll put this guy. Look at that. Oh! Now I think before I continue, I might want to do some cutting. I didn't think about that. How am I going to cut this? So this one's be easy because I'm going to come in here and just put a line. Then I'll cut it there. Then I'll come in here. This is the one that's going to be tricky. How am I going to cut this? And so I got to cut that and come across here and cut that. And this. Oh yeah. Of course, this one here is easy. We're just going in and do this. Ooh, that almost slipped out. It's gonna go right here like this. Pushing down with my thumb like that. Squeezing it like I'm trying to hug a bear. You know, if you want, kind of pull and tug and see if that glue really stuck. Look at that. Now you got all kind of storage for your ink pads. Look at that. All made out of foam. So let's do some simple math. This kit here, USA, 20, you know, I might run a sale. So let's just say it's under $25. Now remember, if you have wider, let's just pretend this is a ink pad stampy thing that you have. If it's wider, you can make them wider. I spent $7.99 on the 1/2 inch thick foam, $6.99 on the 1/4 inch that I use as a backer. It stands up freely, look at this. I'm not touching it. Customizable, remember that. You can build it to any width that you need. This holds, right now it holds 52, it's got 52 slots, because remember we took advantage of that top piece like that. Say instead of a 1/2 inch, you wanted to make a 1 inch, then yeah, you could go in there and just stack them up like that. I don't recommend that because what's going to happen? You're going to pull one out and then you have to try to find the other one. Where here you just use it. When you're done with it, you're always going to put it back in the same spot. It's really light too compared to wood. Originally we used the E6000 glue to glue the Easy Stud Racks, but I think I'll go back and I'll do this route. This was a lot quicker, easier. I think it worked a lot better. That's it. Comments, questions, email me, eugenio@easystudrack.com. Comment down below how you would hang it, or maybe even if you did hang it. You can go to Facebook. I'm sure I'll put this video on Facebook and leave some pictures, or even on Etsy or Amazon, wherever you use it. You can post pictures. That way people see what you can do with it. I will point out on this one here, this particular brand is kind of thick. It didn't slide underneath. You see, like these are really close together. They're too close, so I can't use it on this one. You could use this on the very top. Look at that. Bam! It works on the very top and probably the very bottom. Yeah, very bottom too. So you can't use it in these, but it works on the very top because you can make this gap whatever you want. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I'm out. Oh man, I forgot to put glue on the end. Ow, that's hot. That glue's hot. Oh, look at these guns. I've been working out. This shirt fits me a little tighter across the middle section. Oh, 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 oh. Okay. I screwed up. Dang it. So that means I gotta get more foam board. Ooh. Ooh, it fits. Oh, 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 oh. Everyone's probably laughing at me because I don't know what I'm doing. When I marked it and say 13, 11, 16, you cut it at 13, 11, 16. Didn't work out like I planned it. 8. I'm trying to get back in shape. Look at that. Oh, gosh. I'm going to put P. Oh, that's an R. Never mind. When I rehearsed it, it was much better. And hopefully all this works out in the end. It'll still hold it. Oh, hello, I got it right here. Dot foam dulled your blades pretty good, but holy cow. Oh. Hold on, I got a call coming from Spam Risk. Hello, this is Eugene. Hello, hello, can you hear me? They hung up on me. Spam Risk. Somebody got the bright idea of making a little makeup storage. I don't know, we might have another video. Sweating my ass off. All right, I'm out.